Hey there guys, well, take number 3 or take number 4. This is the part what I'm gonna explain to you kind of like about have we ascended, what are the signs, the life review that we can do. You can do this on yourself. Like I said, you're where you need to be, everything is perfect and perfectly aligned, but I want to share what I've been writing about myself. The first sign that you can notice in your life right now after all the shifting is there's still purification happening. Like I said, purification always happens in levels because our cells are going deeper and deeper into just becoming brand new, when everything actually is being literally rewritten. Sometimes people want to force themselves too much and they want to do all sorts of detox and everything physically. They want to detox physically, but they're not doing it emotionally, they're not doing it, in their spirit, they're not aligning themselves with integrity. So what's happening, you're forcing yourself on just one level. Like I said, unification needs to take place because when you understand ascension and its process, you know that it's a natural one. So when I'm in unity, when I shift in my awareness, it descends down, it affects my emotions, it affects my mental awareness, it affects all of my levels, because it's coming from spirit and then it's descending down, and then actually physical changes come. You got to follow with the guidance that comes, but then at the end stage, like I always describe, the physical purification takes place naturally. People say that you can't cleanse yourself unless you do an enema, unless you do, I don't know, all these methods that sometimes are pretty violent as well. Intense colon cleansing, whatever they're describing. Sometimes I will say this, if it's too intense, if it's too violent, if it seems like off, then it's not right for you. It's too violent, it is not what your soul needs at this time, and trust your soul that it's taking you through a natural body cleansing. So this is first, understand that the purification happens in levels. After this immense portal opening, there's still a lot of purification happening. Notice your body, be generous, and be also honest with yourself. See what's taking place and say, yes, I'm cleansing. Give the body proper support. Sometimes you will need additional greens, additional liquids, because that's when you need it most. That doesn't mean you need to be an ascetic person for that. Second, I don't have my book here with me because I have it all written down, but I'm just going to go with the flow. The second thing is that our abilities have increased. Watch my previous video about growing in discernment. Literally, for many of us now, well, not so many, but this path, it's just no more veils. It's just you see the truth. Nothing can stay hidden from you anymore. The psychic, which are not actually psychic, their spiritual abilities have increased, and a lot of people are now shifting from psychic to spiritual. They're making the transit. The spiritual is higher. Sometimes people ask me, how do you see auras? Is it a natural thing? Is it this and that? It's not about sight anymore. It's about knowing. The highest form of expression you can actually internalize and embody is the inner knowing. It's in your cells. It's your cell knowing. So my abilities have increased so much now, and it's not an ability that is coming from the outer. It is an inner knowing that's just becoming more embodied. I remember years ago, this woman did a reading for me, and she told me that I have marks of seership, that nothing can stay hidden from me, that I just know things, and that I see through spirit, and I knew this. I just didn't strengthen it in myself anymore. I still didn't embody it that much. So my seership is becoming more embodied at this time, and you can notice this in yourself as well. You will see that you have either prophetic dreams, everything's coming true, you just know things, you're saying things to people, they ask you, how do you know this? And you say, I don't know, I just know. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes people will say you're weird. Spirit will show you things in advance. There's no literal proof, like physically yet, and I've been getting emails from other people too, and they're saying, I'm seeing signs, it's all over, it's getting there, but I'm not seeing physically yet. And I say, trust it. This is what we're building on right now. Spirit keeps showing me things about my personal life too. Not in advance, like a future prediction, but it's showing me the energy I'm working with now, and then it's going to be physically manifested as well. And you got to trust it. This is the second part. Third, there's a lot of energy happening, like I was already writing about, around the divine reunions taking place. A lot of the people will be reuniting with a partnership that has a lasting foundation, a spiritual foundation with an integrity and truth and service to all. So there's going to be a lot of that happening. And when I did a reading, please go to my Facebook page if you want to get a free reading. I posted this spiral with 33 messages of divine love, and then you can kind of see where you fit, what draws you, which crystals and which messages. And then I posted each message. There's 8 messages there separately, and you can see what resonates. Maybe you can choose more. And in the middle there was something about divine reunions, and yesterday I was just sourcing the messages. I said, oh, I'm just gonna make them short, and then was like, oh, okay, it's not short, this is my short. My friend always tells me on Skype, you always say 10 minutes and then it's like maybe 2 hours. Yeah, so when I feel something coming through, I just give out. I just give unconditionally. A lot of it was coming out. So please go on my Facebook page. It doesn't take a lot of time. I did this as a gift to people who maybe cannot, maybe afford. It's an old term, but if you're not guided, let's say it like that. If you're not guided to have a spirit message with me, although you feel you would really want to at some other point, so there are free messages there. They're very detailed, so you can go see that. And it's my gift to you. And what's happening, like I said, there's this physical preparation that we need to go through. A lot of people still don't understand what the divine reunion is about. It's an energy. I just had this Skype conversation with one of my beloved companions this Friday, I think, and we've been talking all the time about this energy, and she said the same. She said people don't know what it's about. They make it about the person. It's the energy, it's the consciousness, it's the state of awareness. Your beloved speaks to you everything and everywhere, all the things. It's just you recognize it as the energy because you know your soul signature, and you know when your soul is literally speaking to you, maybe through the other polarized opposite of you, but you understand it. You recognize and you say, this is my beloved speaking to me. And there's this what's happening in the physical preparation of our body vessels to hold that amount of light for this divine reunion to take place. This is number 3. A lot of messages coming through, not just from me, other people as well. We're not going crazy. We know what we know, and there's a lot of astrologers saying that there's marks in astrology about this divine reunion, lasting partnerships, devoted partnership, and us deciding what we want. And a lot of us know, and we've already chosen. We just need to know that it's not just because astrology says so, it's because we know it and we feel it. What would be number 4? Let's try to come up with that one together. Number 4 would be that we're starting to lose interest in a lot of things, and maybe you might ask yourself, is something wrong with me? I feel all is falling off. It's just falling off. You might feel a bit of void at this time. I don't, because I overwork myself a lot. But when you get to the higher realms, work becomes pleasure. Oh, this is probably number 5 already. When work becomes pleasure and it's all one. This is what I'm talking about. It's unification. It's all one. It's meant to bring you joy and pleasure. So consider that number 5. We're gonna go skip right to number 6. So number 4, about this simplicity of life. A lot of us are getting these messages about simplicity. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Some things are literally not working. I keep getting the messages that my webpage is going to be one day just delete it. I'm going to have another page, but it's going to be simple. It's going to be very more simple. Less data there, just simple presentation, just what it is, what I'm going to be doing in the physical, and that's it. And people who will know, who will be in resonance, will find you. And that's it. So simplification. I've been desubscribing myself from everything, from channels, from YouTube, from just disengaging, because a lot of it just doesn't resonate anymore. Because when you're climbing up that pyramid, Divine Companion yesterday said on my page, there's never crowded on the frontiers, with the pioneers. And I said, yes, it's true. And don't get scared of that. A lot of people say to me, oh, but Polona, I just have maybe one person who understands me. You know what I say to them? I say, you yourself, when you understand yourself perfectly and you embrace your process, you know that's about you and your soul, and embodying it and walking that path of your soul self. And maybe if you have just one person who gets you, just one, then you're already blessed. But all it takes is you to understand yourself fully. So losing interest. People sound gibberish to you when they're saying something, or I've been talking about that in my previous video. It sounds false, it sounds weird, it manipulates you, it's disempowering. Let it go. The winds of the fall are actually literally getting rid of all. You just need to say, I'm ready, and step through it. Walk aligned with the energies, with the flow. So we already addressed number 5, which is don't separate different segments of your life anymore. Unification, bring joy. Our work needs to bring us pleasure. It's one. The work, the play, it's actually no more separated. Like before we said, we're going to balance time between different parts of our life. Now all our parts of life are one. What I give out, it's like I see partnerships, divine partnerships. People say, oh, I'm sharing with a certain space with my partner, but then I have my free space, and then I have my friends, and then I have my work, this again. What divine reunions are about, you and your partner are one. What you give to the world is one. All you do is one. You might have two bodies, you might like different things sometimes, you're still, you know, representation in the physical, but you are one. You don't separate this. You bring together through your creation, the two becoming the third, and creating through that matrix of love, wisdom, power. Okay, what else? Oh, a lot of the people are really connecting to the sacred symmetry and geometry, and they're starting to understand these principles more now. And what the soul actually wants you to do is anchor wisdom from within. So maybe this could be point 6, is you start trusting your own inner knowing so much more. You don't care what others say, you don't care what's written about Merkaba or whatever, you just want it to come from you. Maybe others will trigger that knowing, but you won't blindly follow what they're saying. What else am I noticing? Okay, we cannot forget number 7, which is a magical number. There's so much more magic in life, but there needs to be more living outdoors in nature. This week I will be probably not making any videos anymore. I'll be going to the mountains because I've been working so much, which again, it brought me pleasure, but now I need more outdoorsy spaces. So basically I feel this is it. There's much more. I don't have my notebook with me. I think I shared what I was guided to share, and always if there's more, you know, it comes up in the next video, in the next, you know. So do notice these changes, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to step further into the new and self-empowerment, because each step you're getting there, and maybe it will be lonely for a while, but there's going to be other people who pop up to their part of the pyramid, to their top of the pyramid, and you'll say, wow, you know, we shared this top of the pyramid together, but still, I'm standing in my own personal vortex, which is just my own. It's my own source self. Because someone just asked me recently, oh, they said, I like your posts, they're very uplifting and positive, but you don't give me the answers, you don't explain source to me. And I said, how can you explain divine love? How can you explain source? Everybody who does that, they don't understand that you never will understand source. You never can describe source. What you can do is you can feel source and you can embody it by becoming source. That's what we're doing now. And it's not enough just to say, I'm source, I'm source. It's not enough just to know that you are, and to know that there's a higher wisdom coming through. You gotta also be the source. You gotta be in action, you gotta be in integrity, you gotta live as source, you gotta walk as source in body. So this is where another start of the journey begins. I'm wishing you a happy October. There's going to be a lot of shifting, joy, celebration, unity, reunions, whatever it is for you. Please, if there's something that you feel you want to share, like, I don't like opinions, I don't like that, it's not of my heart resonance. Oh, number 8, we got to do the 8, which is the infinity number, which is off the charts, the best. 8 is about, we don't want to talk about exchanging through opinions, really rationalizing things. Like I said, you know, in this last example, people want to give these long details and descriptions, and they conceptualize, and they just want to pull your attention. You don't care about that. The people who have the higher heart open, they live as source embodied, they speak through the heart resonance. You know, there's a lot of people who just post hearts and that's it. They just say, my heart there, I resonate, I like, I just feel. We feel, we're coming into feeling, not saying, oh, I'm going to describe this, you know. So I am kind of asking you, if you're guided, share your experiences with me, what you're experiencing. But opinions and your beliefs and this, it's the old. And a lot of us are not there anymore, and we actually never were. So beloved ones, do you see? I already seen a third caterpillar, the jumper. So again, this is a huge confirmation and sign that October will be a huge leap of faith. I keep seeing the images of the woman going through the cliff. That's what I keep seeing everywhere, not just on the internet. So I guess this is it. I guess we're taking a huge jump forward. A next step is unfolding, and it is what it is. I love you all so much. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.